Hang on. Alright. Looks like I should probably try restarting the game instead. Okay. Damn it. What's happening? Streamlabs. Oh, there we go. So we were, yeah. First up was start looking for a way out of here. Door, big door. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. It's Kyoko! Kyoko? You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. You can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. Abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I have no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. I fainted too, and when I woke up... 1 second. Right? I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. Seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you? And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just my intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. It's just like that dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. You say you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Oh my god, no way. How could we have seen this coming? It... The ultimate detective? And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy was there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh. That makes sense. Okay. What? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko, what's going on? Oh yeah. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. And what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion was that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. Why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check, and that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there? But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. Better talk to Kyoko again? Okay. Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Kusaba, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Kusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed? I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations. Exactly. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Kusaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. That's a bit dramatic. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me into kisses, just like this, which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead. And their murderer was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want, if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right. That is a contradiction. Not just Mukuro. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. You have more viewers than Sam? Nice. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about whatever happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Yeah, your key. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right? Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right? Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... what the fuck is going on? Chapter 6, last chapter of the game. Yeah, we essentially got a fake-out execution at the end of Chapter 5. And we got thrown into a trash pit. And now we're getting out of here. We now get out of here. Let's go. That's good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Already in deadly life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder intent on reaching the surface. No, 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 what? I need, hang on. No, 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 no. Oh God, what do I do? Um, uh, uh, I don't have anything on hand. Wait, do I have something on my computer I can use to, block it? Twitch overlords, no. I don't have anything, I don't think. God, a lot of these are just JPEGs. Ooh, this. Use this for? Yeah, I think that'll do finally. Is it really necessary though? Chat, what do you say? Is it necessary? Or am I just overreacting? Okay. I'll I'll have this on standby though. I'll have Longboy on standby. Not necessary, okay. I extended it was impossibly long. We couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea where I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that I'm getting kinda nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, just because we take pride in it. Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that we have to stand separate from the rest of society. We live in a society essentially, which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort? It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family's creed. But it's our family creed, and we do what we live in a society. He is the Joker. Makoto is Joker. Makoto Naegi is the Joker. And we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride? So that explains... Before I came here, when was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far as to enter your Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Apparently it's not necessary. He has more viewers than Sam. Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented and he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I feel like that should be as young as I was. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Your dad wanted to take you with? I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's sure, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. There was one thing that I can never forgive. Really? The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl who was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. This shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Ah! I just kept on climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Finally! God. Looks like this is it. On the other side of the store, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Okay, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... We're out! Looks like we're back. I can't believe how long the ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I would have never gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Slurpee. What's the next step once we get out of here? I should ask Kyoko. Okay. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course. Then let's just get a concrete answer. Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait! That's... If we try and hide, it's only a matter of time till we'll find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There's a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. But I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. But we really don't have a choice, do we? Monokuma said Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. Alright, chapter 6. This is probably... I think it's like... It's either the longest or the shortest chapter, the way you look at it. Because I remember the class trial was pretty long. It was like the longest in the game. But everything outside of it isn't really that short. I mean, isn't really that long. Because it's just an investigation. Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. That's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? And I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. Oh crap, I have game audio muted. Oh, whoops. I had it muted for like 33 minutes. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh my god. Bruh. Oh my... Oh. I'm so dumb. What game should I play? I don't know. Yeah, you want to do Jackbox later? I got Party Pack 4 and 5, so we can do Pat Me Stupid and also Survive the Internet later, if you guys want. I was thinking maybe we could get the boys together. Oh yeah, Quiplash is free in Steam. Yeah, I downloaded that too. I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened, and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected Fulgus. Oh yeah, I should probably... Oh yeah, Fulgus Season 3 is out. Should probably play that. And then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, into your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the black end is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk big game. And you're saying the black end is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well.
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that! What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you bury it, there's only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto was really the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
That's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto, now everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you could say that we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and
that's what
square,
we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, and the mastermind themselves. For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? He'd probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh my god. Very?
what's wrong?
Oh, I was just getting bored. So I decided to change things up a little, so... Time for bear jokes! So what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
you guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm pre-bared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair...
I can barely contain myself!
So, you agreed? Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax. Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawning around the school. If you can do that, then that will be enough to qualify it as a victory for you.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good, then let's... If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mystery of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement when you learn the whole truth. What kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
what's wrong?
I remember that for sure, so what?
Hey,
Just to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a fair trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach. But... I know, but... Oh, polarize... Ah! Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people that take place in a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. We still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than we expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, as I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't able to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast their school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read something like that happening every so often, very often. So it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
Yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
When I think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world? The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. Those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So if the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world... Wait, did it say if or... No, so the mastermind... Yeah.
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. Amogus. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for us, and for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, and to try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous. You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-size slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those are watching us, those who are watching us would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they used the class trial. Well, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial and didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect
In
form.
other words,
If it would only do the mastermind harm to have shown it, to have it shown that they had violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? You were able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Ah! Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning, essentially. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
It looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Made you just that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this
Correct.
time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey.
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
right now we have to go and find the
shall
others.
we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Well, it's taking a lot longer to get to the investigation than I thought. But I hope to potentially get all of this out of the way by like in this stream. Anyway, we have to go to the dining hall if I remember correctly. Yep. And suddenly we were greeted with what? You again. Oh. Huh. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
No matter what that was all about, I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Shut
I'm
up.
just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
no. I'm not. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together to survive. We struggled together and survived. Why does Toko look happy? That makes him uncomfortable. I don't know. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Oh, there it is. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is that you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
Right.
Not too many people can say that their lives were saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. God damn it. God damn it, Byakuya. Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? Like, didn't go to the spirit world. Did you get to talk to her? Ooh. Who's Cleo? No, I didn't get to talk to her. It didn't go to the spirit world. Who the heck is Miss Cleo? So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find clues? Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally. Every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so I win. She seems happy for some reason. What the hell? What? I mean, good on her that she's happy, but what? There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. Where's the puppy? Huh? We need to explain everything. What happened with Monokuma? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches
It's
you?
true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. What do you mean, where's the puppy? There's never a dog. Last class
In
trial?
other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
Wait, what did that say? He did what he had to stop it. Typos! The translation errors, oh my god, gotta love it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy, I just,
however,
By executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why when I went and negotiated with them, to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said before at the end of the trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's snared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? And yeah, for us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway.
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh,
Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? Fine with things the way they are. Fine with living here forever with... I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway.
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. Figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro, in all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall freaking order. But maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. With the power of friendship. God damn it. I'm not so sure about that. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone else seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too. At first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Oh!
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in other
If the
words...
mastermind really is someone who killed Mukuro, really is the one who killed Mukuro as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Post Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Amogus. There is one mastermind. The mastermind, damn it! You stole my joke! Mastermind is sus. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. Thanks for stealing my joke, bro. You can't say it's not possible, but if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and control him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't entirely be possible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Let's go, true ending. Ah! Slurpees.
So, in
Really
the
good.
name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Yo!
Look
epic.
wherever you Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fun.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without this, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee that... You're totally useless! So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Hmm.
It just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. I already know who it is because I have played this game before, but I will not spoil it in the name of a good viewer experience. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? It's him. I don't want to say anything. But it's not who you expect. It's not who you expect it to be. I'll just say that much. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I really haven't been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless! If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
And Kyoko's planning on going off on her own, so you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're doing our searches completely separately doesn't mean that we can't work. That we can still work
So-
together. That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. Who is the person with the pink hair that Declan thinks is hot? I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was maybe one of the main casts. Really, the only character I can think of that fits that description. Oh, okay. You might be thinking of Junko. Maybe, I don't know. But Junko doesn't really have pink hair. It's more like blonde-ish. Just look up like the main cast of the game. Just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
I don't know why I thought it was pink. Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the schools have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. The mastermind is among us. there's one mastermind among us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. And with this, let's begin the final investigation of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get started. I guess we'll start by taking another look at Mukura's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown, even though we know it now. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a pipe, which we know was the bundle of arrows. Of titanium arrows. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Saba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The Headmaster's room, the Bio Lab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. Alright. Since we're already in the dorms, why don't we check? Let's start with the second floor of the dorms. I think that might be a good starting place. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. No, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. Oh my god, there's like bloodstains and everywhere. Oh my god. But we have a room that we can check out at least. Oh my god! Bathroom. I opened the door, just a crack. Glanced inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of bathroom. Just a big pile of rubble. What the hell happened? The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Death. But I thought you tried to say Earth. Alright. No, wait, not that! Okay, well, at least we know that there are bathrooms. I meant to check this one. Brick? Oh. It's nice. Anyway. There's nothing to check in the bathrooms, I guess. What the hell is this? A locker room, I guess? Oh, yeah. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside. But there's no way. Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean, well, let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and read it across the card reader. And then, no luck. Maybe the locker's owner can open it. Which means none of us can do it. I guess there's not really much that we can check in here. I'd assume that all the others give the same dialogue. Anyway, what do we have here? That is... oh boy, that's definitely not a hidden door. This is more of an adult atmosphere. It's the Headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Yo. This guy's got a... The Headmaster's got a pretty... He's got a pretty basic setup, but I guess it does the job. This belongs to the Headmaster. It's pretty basic, but yeah, it must have done the job. PC on the desk.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. I think we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sort of people. Those whose driving force comes from despair.
however,
That's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the Headmaster is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The Ultimate Despair. I don't know why, but that gives me kind of the creeps. I don't know why. Ugh. There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? It's a hidden door, dumbass.
so...
If it's any normal gap, I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue about what that password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all this paperwork and files on the PC. Everything I can think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into? That's what she meant by regret? I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we wanted to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of. Or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her as her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. No, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. Selected myself and turned face to the computer monitor. Let me just type in the password here. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Bruh. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even be in the room. May as well not have even been in the room. Wait, what happened? We just found the Headmaster's private room, which is who is, and the Headmaster is Kyoko's dad. So, and there was a hidden door that we couldn't figure out the password to. So Makoto thought it would be Kyoko's name, and Kyoko thought, oh, it's not gonna work, and it did. So that happened. He was only fixed on one thing. Present. Wrapped up and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I'd better check out the suspicious present before I do anything. What about this? I better check out this. Okay. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? Do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising. Probably. Well,
It would seem...
if it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then I took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Oh! Oh! That's grim. Yeah. Cool. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones! It's not like I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. Oh! Oh my god. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones? That body? That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? I mean, she found him, kinda. Yeah. Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Alter Ego said that the Headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to
In other
assume
words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or, no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just a thought. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. I have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. Was that all there was to it? Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden and present. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. Though I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger going like me touching your dad's stuff.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. Through each drawer, one by one, starting from the top. All I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
This is because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now,
If he couldn't handle even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. My God, brutal. I mean, I get it. Not like your father leaving you when you were like young and being essentially treated as like only being only known in your family for as the little girl whose dad left. And having the embarrassment of having a father who didn't want to inherit the family business. Yeah, I get that. I get that she was angry. The headmaster's desk. It's probably some kind of clue. So I really want to check it out, but maybe I don't want to catch Kyoko's dad's desk without permission. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay, then if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. In the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. The lockers, yeah! The lockers! Now we can open the lockers! Epic! I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Well, why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll just take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook has an habits and truthfulness. Yeah, okay. What really caught my eye is this picture. That's what I... Huh? This picture. It's all faded. Must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of young Kyoko? Hey, Kyoko. Yep, it looks like that's what this is.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, she must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. Now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. What? Can I ask you a favor? Favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
Hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I
a
need
second.
to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and by soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again. Maybe that. Oh wait, no, that's Kyoko talking. Whoops. Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff. The one who found those isolated you, so to speak, headmaster. The same person who very well be the next. Yeah. Right. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is. Yeah, we get it. 15 of us met in the mail hall. Mail hall? You mean main hall? Typos, you gotta love it. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones that still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive, and there's no question. But no, that can't be! I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Anyway, now that we have this, this very epic e-handbook, let's go check the lockers. Now we can open them. At least the ones that aren't, like, busted all the hell. So looks like we have one here. I wonder if I can open this locker. What about the emergency key handbook I found in the Headmaster's room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Beep! Anything that might be a clue, okay. Anything that might be a clue, nothing. Nothing. Oh, we got something. This thing is practically empty. What the hell is this? There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing on inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the other's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like it's a girl. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly. Whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Wait, hang on. This is Kyoko's, then? It's Kyoko, but hang on. She never had hacks? She never had access. What? He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe. To keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome despair, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our company, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as a foundation for our new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. That's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This must be Kyoko's. Or maybe a mastermind. I mean, not the mastermind. The headmaster had another daughter, but I can't imagine it being anyone else other than Kyoko. I don't. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. So what the hell happened? What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind, it just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us. Among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? What the hell? Well, we have 2 more lockers to check, so we can see something. Let's see what that is. Nothing. We have 1 more. Oh! This organization is in every part of their life. This looks very familiar. I feel like we know somebody who is fascinated with this kind of stuff. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and as natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. The moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro Hagakure? What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside was a notebook written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained large numbers of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, can't wait. Can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. But the more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. I keep my garbage can. Whoops. Right. Well, I guess we'll just move on. Let's see, where else do we have to check? Oh yeah, Biolab Headmaster's room and the room with with Monokuma's face on it in the data lab. And that's it. Hey Hina.
Hey, Makoto.
Are you here to look around too? Is this what you were doing here? Is this what you were doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
It might explode, right? And that really sucks, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Take codes first, I don't want to get exploded. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. What the hell? There's no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kinda thinking the same thing. A hatch? Some kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. What's this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? They feel me would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit? Then could that mean...
okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, I can't just... Or whatever, something like this. It was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there's one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably go better check it out. Yes, please, I'm kinda scared of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Hey, yo, rate this person's setup. I guess this is Mastermind, so what do you think of their setup? It's pretty sick looking. God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I guess one big monitor. My god, they have so many monitors! That gaming chair, yeah. This is an epic gaming chair. My lord. Look at this cable management, though. Yo. This is a great setup, I think. But I feel like a keyboard that big, it might be hard to reach all this stuff. Unless, well, maybe, no, wait, no. It doesn't look like it'd be that hard to reach, but I don't know. It's weird that it has, it's a pretty gnarly looking setup. I like it. Pretty sick, pretty sick. I give it a 9. Maybe a 10. A 9 or 8. Is that Monokuma? Hey! Give me all your donuts! God damn it, is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, busted. How did you know? Anyway, what is this? Like some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what? I found a self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. You seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. And with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside, is what controls Monokuma. Oh, that makes sense. Well, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. What do you mean? When you were controlling right now? It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep, looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. You already said that. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey,
Yeah! Kyoko Siwa was right.
But
The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from here. That means they've been inside the school the whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. If that is true... then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is a 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
Well, it's just... this is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? Can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like,
so,
you wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good points. We can't waste all our time sitting around here. Just standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. What about the hatch? What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. Damn it! As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door! It just locked on its own! What? And I tried to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted! But Monokuma!
just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. If that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving in that room. As we have guessed it, that's where my controls are. So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room.
yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I tried to, but the game wouldn't let me. No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, the hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. He's gone, but
So,
is he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think about what think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
And when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyways, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You got me all motivated
You
again.
got it.
I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at a full sprint. And now I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. So we have to check the Headmaster's room and the Bio Lab. So we only have 2 more rooms left to investigate, and then bam. Trial time. This is the Headmaster's room. I heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It's on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78. Student registry? Contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro.
So, in other words...
Apparently, number 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned class number 78. That must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there on hers, it can be no doubt that Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusawa, the 16th student. Lying hidden somewhere in the school, the one they call the Ultimate Despair. Watch out for her. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems like Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? Talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she forgot that she only forgot the first page. She only got the first page. Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So, in other words,
when it comes to this profile, there is more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing to you? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself.
interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Oh, so that's Mukuro? Definitely have not seen them in the game. Yet. Mukuro reappeared suddenly in the background. An entity floats. Close, just out of reach. Just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all of this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior, too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I'll be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean that Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the Headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it was the Mastermind. Maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within that file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? Picture of a girl. Perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, is 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? Do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance that the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. So what you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice from me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Oh boy, a sword with gold leaf. The gold leaf coating, it looks like. That looks familiar. Oh, there's nothing else in here. Alright, we only have one area to go. The biolab. I have a feeling that... No, there's probably no way it's gonna be the case. It didn't hurt to look. Maybe take a look after. I don't know. Wait, is it... Hang on, is this a morgue? Is this a morgue? God damn it, it's a morgue, isn't it? Looks like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Oh my god. That's the first thing I need to figure out. Yeah, boy. Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... There's 16. 7 of which don't have any. It seems to become some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Oh, yeah, I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? Yeah, that's dark. I should probably take a closer look around. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It's like, looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will simply let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for your optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, so we can offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Oh my god! This is an instruction manual for the fridge? Wait, these tarps. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. So... Yeah. The right hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Wow, let's see. Makes sense why it was locked. Looks like it was set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which should mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is... Oh god. Can't let my emotions take control right now. Yeah, to keep the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. So, is it like, I think it is like Psycho, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo. Wait, wait, I just, for the one that, if this is what I think it is, which I imagine it is, then like, if it has all like the students, like, yeah, Saika, Mondo, Chihiro, Mondo, Celeste, Hifumi, Taka, and then Sakura. Hang on, that doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. Something's wrong there. All six of them should be blue, unless Mukuro's body's already here. Anyway, for the one that has, if this is what I think it is, it has like all of our dead classmates. Does it have? For the one that has Mondo, quote unquote, is it just a tub of butter? Because remember, he got turned into butter. Oh, I should not be laughing. That is, I'm sorry, I should not laugh at that. But just the thought of a morgue that has a tub of Mondo butter is just funny to me. Anyway, where else do we have to check? We've already checked there. Oh yeah, we need to check the garden and the dojo. Because it could be related. Let's take another look. Huh? It's gone. Luca's body. Something doesn't add up there. There should be 10 people dead, yet there were only 9 lights. That doesn't add up. Chickens? There's still just 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. Sprinklers, sprinkler control panel. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. And Monokuma said that the time positively couldn't be changed yet. Big flower? More flowers. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed? I better check just to be sure. No? I didn't find anything close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then must be... Could it be in the bio lab? The corpses aren't the only thing here I need to check in. I need to check in here. There's one thing. A tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so... I'd better look into it. The killer might use the tarp to keep the sprinklers from keeping the body wet. Which means the killer must have left some clue behind here. Hmm? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. This originally came from the Biolab? So we should probably go double check the Biolab just to be sure. Even though we definitely saw that there were tarps there. That's all we really need to check here. Okay, so we also need to check the dojo and go back to the Biolab. Here's Toko. Oh, Toko, so this is where we were.
What do you want?
I'm so disgusted. Am I so disgusted? Disgusting? You want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd find a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not one single clue. I figured this place was related to the case. It would have something. It would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Put me back, that's not how it works.
What's your problem?
Tell me to calm down. You have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna be fine. God. Pardon. Adventure with democracy. Trying to put in here. Yeah. Oh?
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh, hey, hero. Makoto! Why are you acting so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait! There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. That's not good. Hero? It was all like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Hello, welcome, hello. Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope in the ground in front of you. The envelope? Oh, that one. This must be the envelope. Just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. That's Mukuro, dumbass. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. Well, Byakuya and I were in the Headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba? And this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't even remember taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else. That's sus, bro. It was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy, so it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me, and didn't know each other until I got here. If this picture is real... Run Victory Roy, yeah. Damn it. So that could mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep this rambling so... I don't know how to say that. You're kinda getting in the way of standing there, don't you know? So I mean, get out! But I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. What? I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it! So, is that everything? So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real. So full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Right, who is where? And where is who? Okay, Byakuya's in the archive. Of course he is. It's goddamn Byakuya. The bird bee. just go to the archive. That's... Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! Of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the... Why was he acting like that? Was he purposely trying to avoid me? Oh, Hina's in the dining hall. So, guess we'll just go there. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I've been hoping to talk to you. Makoto! Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why won't you talk to me? Garden, and the biolab. What about Kyoko? Well, I guess maybe she didn't get it? I don't know. Huh. Hey, hero. Hey, hero. Well, Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, no. Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. I don't know, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It's like he was avoiding me. It's like he was afraid of me. Why? Certainly is quite the predicament. I decided to use the biolab one more time. The first thing I saw when I got there, I passed out again. Huh? Soko? Soko, are you okay? No. No. She's not dead, is she? What? It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch cold. Catch cold or catch a cold? If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. Oh, you were standing there staring, getting all like, no.
Have you reached that certain age?
What? That not. Okay, so why did you pass out? Was this me just waking up just now? What did you do to Miss Morose? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazingo. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are pretty much separate. Hey, don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even she forgets something I totally remember. It's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. But all I want to know right now is where's my little, I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh,
I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shut off. Her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot about I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Probably the dead body. The fridge, it's open. I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Yeah,
It
it's a
seems
morgue.
I
Yeah,
knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became
It
clear.
would seem
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why has everything gotta be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto,
Give me a hand with this. What's wrong?
listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge? Just like every other time. Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So,
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. That's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto,
I'm busy doing my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm gonna find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
so then,
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there, and that's it. Look at the tarp. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Yeah, in the garden. That's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's what the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been updated. I've already looked through this and started my own, more importantly. Unless I yeah.
it would seem
The blue light comes on when the slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, is 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? There should be 10. We should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. So I'm going to interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
because
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture to chat to confuse us? It's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
indeed,
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything?
indeed,
I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach and wound to the back and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? The expression victims of injuries, how they were however dead but feel blessed. He's been stabbed a single time with a knife, which had completed through the body. It also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds. But the file said that they were old.
is that right?
What does it say they were old?
Because
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen,
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old,
however,
but that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least,
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of
right.
many? A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins imagining as many possible
other
scenarios
words.
as they can. They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then they investigate. They test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep that in mind for the future.
Hey,
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so
5'7" inches, and her vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get that all right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
indeed.
don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake. Our victim in this case is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba.
And
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
then,
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kinda chilly in here. Oh wait, we're not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kinda sad leaving it out like this?
why?
Sad? Did you forget? Did you forget she was our enemy once? A part of the ultimate despair? She got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Ever heard of the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that. It's really quite appalling. That she could have abandoned me. Is that she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
so then,
I think that we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on! I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. The pocketbook! I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko, I have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad ever even once since you got here?
What? So,
What do you mean? Well, you know about all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
indeed.
I do, yes. But to get to any of the lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the Headmaster's hidden room.
And?
Did you find anything worthwhile in those lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is that there's no way I could have had any access to those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes sense, but there's something written inside. It's about the Headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have ever imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you said. What you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the master's handbook. That way you can.
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. DVD? And it says Class 78, Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have any time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. This makes any sense right now. I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
No, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I made, it I made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I want to ask for the rest of my life. All because of the mastermind.
However,
There's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it. Her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But just keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then.
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got the DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. To the AV room. No, wait, it's on the first floor. Right. Let's see. You gotta get off soon. Yeah, I know. Oh! It's almost time for games. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. I gotta eat soon, too. Yeah, okay, I think after this, which I believe is our last truth bullet, I'll end it here, and then tomorrow, maybe, we'll actually finish the game. I said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. Must have been only a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity, and then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. And there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man, positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Same. Seemed like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? Accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, the video cut out. That's where the video cut out. There's a lot I hadn't understood up until now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I had heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And as if I wasn't confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably
So,
me.
Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but I, the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said
I'm
yes?
sorry I'm putting you through all this,
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
but I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever, and then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned it off, which of course means that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass. You got the power of purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I wanted to watch the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. You'd ask me the same question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it,
Hey,
a convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or...
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Yeah. And on that note, get out UES off the Sunday and join us. What are you guys doing? I have to go eat. I'm hungry. I need food. Jackbox? Okay, yeah. Food is temporary, Jackbox is forever. I'm hungry. I'm so fucking hungry. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. That was fun. I guess maybe tomorrow, if I have the time, we'll finish it.